Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Brew Stories. With me, Rich.
And Dean.
And today we are at Mordue Brewery.
Well, North Shields. It's a beautiful sunny day.
It's a lovely day.
It's the hottest day of the year and we've decided to come into a really hot brewery.
Yeah, have a look around.
Idea.
Meet the brewers.
Yep.
Hope you do an interview and ask them some questions.
Lots of lovely questions.
Hiya, so we're now at Mordue and I'm joined with Matt.
Hello.
Hiya, and we're going to ask you a few questions if that's okay for you.
Yeah, no problem at all.
I guess one of my first questions I want to ask is, do you have any beer heroes or breweries?
Oh, that's really difficult because I'm sort of pretty, well, I suppose because I've been doing it 22 years.
Yeah.
Relatively sort of, I suppose when I started it was very old school people. Yeah. Which isn't around now, which was was sort of like when we started or wanted to start a brewery, it was things like Buttonall Conciliation, which was like they went but they closed down about 3 years after we started.
Right.
But I suppose when we won Champion Beer Britain, people like Bateman's were very, very good, and like Martin Cullimore, who still does a lot of the stuff for Herrick Watt and the exam board, is well respected as a brewer. Yeah. Very old school.
Right. So you've been going 20 years now. Mm-hmm. I just want to know what changes you've seen in the beer culture and what things have happened in that time.
Lots. I mean, when we started, we were sort of one of the first sort of small breweries or microbreweries, as they were called then.
Yeah.
And when we started, obviously, it was an area that was dominated by Federation, Vaux, and S&N. And I think there was only, Durham Brewery had started maybe about 9 months before us. There was the original Hadrian, which was then turned into Hadrian and Border, and then you've got Big Lamp, really, who were like, I think they've been going sort of 10 years or so longer than us. So yeah, it was a really strange time, I think, because we were sort of very new.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few Danish companies trying to come over and do a takeover. Mm-hmm. Do you think we'll see more of that happening in the UK, or do you think that'll just phase out? Yeah,
I mean, I think there will be. I mean, it's sort of. It's weird because there's always been like takeovers of breweries, and there's others which it's quite interesting. As in, there's a lot of sort of people when they set up a lot of breweries now are crowdfunded, and there's a bit where you start a brewery. It's sort of depending on what do you want to do. Do you do it for the beer, or are you effectively building it for the brand? And if you look at something like like Sharps, the guys who owned that, they owned lots of big brands, and to them it was they were building something, and he never really used to make money. I mean, he used to sell it everywhere very cheap, but they built up this product, this brand, and then I spoke to one of the guys, and he said they had to put another 3 million into the business.
Wow.
And then suddenly within a week, they sold it to Molson Coors for whatever it was, 17 million.
Right.
So it's sort of takeovers are always happening, and I think. What's interesting though is you've got the likes of sort of like Brooklyn and Stone, where they're coming over and they're sort of doing sort of joint ventures, which I think is quite interesting. Obviously, I think the latest one they're doing with London Fields, which I think they've come in with. Who else is it? Is it with not with Heineken? Someone else they've come in. Carlsberg, they've come in, So again, that's quite interesting. So it's. Unfortunately, still with takeovers and things, or people coming into the market, you still get a bit. It's going to be, there's a bit of a sort of a downside to it. But I'm quite happy that this sort of idea of this sort of collaboration between it, because I know London Fields, I think they'd closed or they hadn't, they had sort of money troubles or something, and they sort of, but they had I think they wanted to get into the London beer market. If you know what I mean, still had quite a good name, so it's the bit that they then, obviously, it seemed to be an ideal fit. If you know what I mean. But if anyone's looking to buy it over, great, give us a ring. That's it. I've got 5 kids. Yes, 5 kids to look after. So
and what are your plans for the future of Mordue?
We want to offer more and do more sort of different things next year, and we're trying to in some cases. PandaFrog was recipes that Rob had, and we just let him sort of play. Whereas now we're trying to actually sort of do beers that maybe people are doing in the community, if you know what I mean. So like we're doing a mango and a pineapple sour next year. We're doing a smoked rye saison. We're doing a sort of a big 7.2% New England IPA with the hilarious name that Rob came up with, Crouching Panda Hidden Frog, which would make me laugh. So there's lots of different things we're trying to do, if you know what I mean. But that's the question, isn't it? What's going to be the next beer style, if you know what I mean? I think obviously fruit's quite strong at the moment.
It is.
This year, and then obviously you had all the sour beer, and then you had the Linnerweissen and the saison thing, and then what's going to be the next style, really, which is quite interesting. So my predictions, because I've read in America that they think malt's coming back. Apart from obviously working together. No, it's a smoked malt. Apparently that's going to be the next thing. So yes, in small bits, not over the top. So you heard it first, folks.
Look out for that.
There you go. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
No problem.
And, great. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Excellent.
So Mordue have an experimental hop.
They have PandaFrog,
which deal with the more kind of trendy beer. So this is a 4 malt 4 hop.
Yeah.
And it's quite lovely.
It is rather nice. Yeah.
It allows them to do more experimental things rather than that sort of key core range, which I know is sort of worky ticket.
Raji Gaji, worky ticket. They do IPA. They do. There is another one, blonde. They do.
Yeah. So what's your memories of Mordue growing up? Because I've been around 20 years now. I've definitely had the worky ticket in my day.
I've been drinking worky ticket for probably as long as it's been around, and it's always been it's been a standard beer of its type that you go to, and it's going to be really, really nice.
I do believe that they started in Wallsend.
They did?
In the 19th century. Not these guys though.
Yeah, I was there. I was there for their opening in the 19th century. Me and my mum, yeah.
You and your mum were there, 19th century. And then they moved to here in 1995.
They did.
With their purpose-built brewery.
And it's compared to the ones we've been to before, it's considerably larger.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's so big in there.
They've just stepped the scale up compared to what we're used to and what we've seen before.
Yeah.
Two really nice people.
Matt and Gary.
We spoke to Matt. Fantastic, man. His knowledge of beer and beer-related things is phenomenal. Yeah, really impressed.
Oh, Dean, I've got some exciting news for you.
I like exciting news. I do.
We're going to a party.
A party?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Does it have beer?
It's got beer.
Will it have burgers?
It's got burgers. Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to the Fat Hippo.
Yes.
Relaunched restaurant.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, and we're going now.
We're going right this second.
We're going now. Yeah.
Do you want to come with us?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, come on. Let's go.
So, Dean, why do we do this?
We do this, Rich, for the love of beer.
For the love of beer. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.